to be talking about distant relationship and marriages, how to cope in a distant relationship and marriage. A lot of people have brought this to my table. Blessing, my husband is far, they've transferred my husband is abroad, I can't cope, I'm horny, Konji want to kill me, and blah blah blah. So I'm going to teach you how to cope in a distant relationship or marriage. I personally am a distant person. All my relationship from the day I was born, I have never dated anybody that is in my city. I like it distant. Yeah. So I think I'm in the best position to teach you how to cope personally and professionally. So first of all, distant relationship simply means the person's presence is not there. The person is far from you, location, and blah, blah, blah wise. Now, first of all, you need to understand something. Distance does not mean present. So sometimes people can actually be with you and not be with you. Yes, that is what it is to be married and living single. What keeps people close to you is communication. Yeah. The best thing about distant relationship right now is that there's a phone. You can talk to people. You can see them on video call, WhatsApp call, Skype, and other apps you can use to talk to your spouse. Communication is what keeps people close to you, not the present. Because I know a lot of people who their husbands are with them and they don't even talk, and it feels like the husbands are far. So long as people cannot communicate with you, they are far from you. Communication is what bonds you. Communication is what connects you. That's why you can stay here in Nigeria and be doing a video call outside America. That's why you can even do your business you're in Nigeria. You can have a meeting from Nigeria to China. That's the Zoom calls and all the video calls. It shows you that you can make a lot of things happening without being there. That's the truth. So many times if you're in a distant relationship and it's affecting you, it's because many times maybe there's a lack of communication. There's a bridge of communication. When you don't talk to people often, that's where you get to feel their absence. It's not when they are not there. Yeah. Now, can I ask you a question? What takes you closer to God? Have you seen God before? Have you seen Jesus Christ before? How do you feel God's presence? What makes you feel that God is hearing you? God is calling? It's not because you're communicating with God. Reading your Bible, praying. It is prayer that takes you close to God. It is reading the Bible, being in His presence that takes you. Have you seen God before? Do you know where God is? So why didn't you say, okay, because I have not seen God before, I have not been with God before. Oh yeah, now, no. It is the communication. It is the prayer that takes Him very close to you. If you're a very prayerful person, you will always be close to God. Communication. Let me tell you something, young ladies and young men. Don't be afraid of the woman your husband is having sex with. She doesn't have a hold on your husband. Be afraid of the woman that your husband is talking to. That is the woman who has a hold on your husband. That person your husband is sleeping with is just sex. But the moment your husband begins to open his mouth and talk to another woman, he's giving her his vulnerability. That's where they go. That's the bonding. That's the connection. So when you drive your men away, when you don't pay attention as a woman, when you don't pay attention as a man, just know that you are sending your spouse into other people's arms. The same thing as a woman. What makes a woman fall for a man? Communication. A man that talks to her, a man that listens to her, a man that pays attention to her. It is very small thing that makes a woman fall for a man. You don't even need to give a woman so much. Just listen to her. Let she be able to call you all the time and you give her all the attention in the world. She has fallen for you. It's not even sex. Communication is very powerful. That is what a lot of people are saying is jazz. It's not juju. It's many people who do not understand the power of communication. That's why your husband can sleep with his secretary. It's because his secretary is the closest person to him. The person he talks about business. If you're a nagging wife, your husband will carry your family matter and go and be telling his secretary because that's the closest person to him. That's how you get to see that your secretary start to raid your home. It's not just sex. Many people that are sleeping with their secretary and their PA, it didn't just start from sex. It started from communication. They start to tell them personal things. Their PA knows a lot of personal things about them and all that, and their secretary. That's how it starts. That's how you see a man saying, I want to take another wife. A man doesn't just marry a stranger. A man marries that person he's talking to, that person he's sharing with, that person he's giving his vulnerability to. The same thing as mommy's boy. What makes you think that a man has a wife he's sleeping with and he listens to his mother more? The meaning of mommy's boy simply means his mother listens to him. His mother pays attention. Some of you say your husband is talking too much. Your husband is talking too much. He's talking too much. It's only his mother that he can talk to, and his mother will listen to him like a baby. That's why his mother has a hold on him. That's why your mother-in-law is controlling your home. Your mother-in-law is not controlling your home because she's sleeping with your husband. After all, you're sleeping with your husband. How come your husband now pays attention to his mother more than you? It's because he listens to his mother. It's because he communicates with his mother. That's the reason why there's a bonding. Maybe you are living with your husband. Sometimes the mothers don't live with you. Your husband is communicating with his mother from Abia State. Some of them, their mothers are abroad, but their mother controls their home. You are saying it's juju. My darling, it's not juju. It's just because you don't communicate with your husband. Some of you think it's all about sex. You think, oh, because I'm sleeping with this man. No. It's the person that listens to you that can take your vulnerability. Who are you listening to? Who are you talking to? So when you are that spouse that don't want to pay attention to your spouse, you are pushing them out. That's how your spouse begin to cheat. That's how your spouse begin to misbehave. That's how they begin to get bad friends that are giving them bad advice. Is because you did not listen to them and they're beginning to talk to somebody else. So the easiest way to enjoy a distant relationship and a distant marriage is to communicate. Do more of video calls. These days, you can even do sex on the video with your husband, wherever he is. Talk more, be in touch. When you are in touch with people, you will not feel their absence. It's not just the presence that it is. Communicate more, share more. Because sometimes you can even fall in love with people that you have never seen before. How did you fall in love with them? You guys were talking often. That's how powerful communication is. Yes. So these things we worry about is because we do not pay attention. We do not do the necessary homework and the necessary assignments. You would enjoy your relationship on your marriage, whether the person is close to you or the person is far from you. Because distant relationship, a lot of people have lost good men and good women just because he's not in my city, he's in abroad, he's in another city. If you are in Lagos, I cannot date you. I can only date Lagos to Lagos. But you can actually still be in Lagos and not still see somebody in Lagos because of the hold up. Yes, a lot of people are living in Lagos and they cannot see each other. You will now say, okay, no, you must date. If you're not on the island, I cannot date you if you're living on the mainland. You will now lose your husband just because you are looking for island location. Sometimes a woman saying you must be in the island is not because she's a gold digger, but because she feels that the mainland is far for me to be able to access you. All those things don't matter. They are phones. It's called sacrifices. So long as there is communication, there is relationship. Without communication, there's no even relationship. What's keeping the both of you is the fact that you people are talking to each other. We can be living in the same house and we're not talking to each other. We are not close to each other. What makes you close to me is the fact that you know things about me because we talk. The only time you can know people's secrets, people can share their secrets, is when you talk. It's not when you have sex. You can have sex with people and you don't know anything about them. There are a lot of men you're sleeping with, you don't know jack about them. Yes. What makes you close to people when they start to talk? And that's what is called vulnerability. That's where you guys begin to bond. You guys begin to share. So you really need to understand this communication thing. And distant relationship would not be a problem. You're going to enjoy it. It's going to be a relaxer, just like I'm enjoying my relationship and my marriage. Like, it's so fun. And it even give you time to do the things that you want to do. That's the truth. Because when your husband or your wife sometimes is around, you have a lot of things to do, cook and all those stuff. Or when they are far, you can do your things. You can, depending on the kind of jobs you do. Let's assume you're an actress, you're an entrepreneur, you will not have so much in your hands to do. It's just knowing how to manage it and knowing how to manage the communication. Trust me, it's fun. Welcome to the club of distant relationship and marriage. Do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to be bringing you guys so much more here on relationship and marriage. You can actually book a session with us. If you want to talk more, you have something personal you want to talk about, you can call the number 070-195-11795. We are here for you. We have an office. We have a physical office you can walk into in Enugu State, located at number 8 Ugwoba Street in Independence Layout. But we're planning on opening an office in Lagos. So Lagos, we're coming soon. Abuja, we're coming soon. We intend to have our offices in different locations. But for now, we're in Enugu State. If you don't know what a therapy lounge looks like, it's time to walk into our office and see what a therapy lounge looks like. Thank you so much for listening and subscribing to my channel. I love you guys. Don't forget, my name is Okoro Blessing Nkiruka, popularly known as Blessing CEO.